Ladies and gentlemen, football fans around the country, hold onto your seats, because today's news has shaken the NFL world to its very core. The headlines are blazing, the rumors are flying, and social media is absolutely erupting because Russell Wilson, yes, Super Bowl winning quarterback Russell Wilson has been officially confirmed as the new quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. That's right, you heard it. One of the most electrifying, experienced, and polarizing quarterbacks in recent NFL history is headed to America's team in what is shaping up to be one of the most stunning quarterback moves in recent memory. From his days of scrambling brilliance in Seattle to a rocky stint in Denver to a redemptive campaign in Pittsburgh, Wilson has had a roller coaster of a career in the last 5 years. But now, he's wearing the star, and fans in Dallas are daring to dream that maybe, just maybe, the missing piece of the championship puzzle has finally arrived. The news broke early this morning through NFL insiders who hinted overnight that a blockbuster deal was being finalized. At first, most fans and analysts dismissed the whispers as just another wild offseason rumor. After all, Dallas had been sticking with Dak Prescott for nearly a decade, and while he's had his ups and downs, he remained the franchise quarterback. But then, the confirmation hit. A trade package between the Cowboys and the Steelers, reportedly involving a combination of draft picks, cash considerations, and future conditional incentives, was finalized late last night, and just like that, Russell Wilson became a Dallas Cowboy. The implications of this move are enormous. Not just for the Cowboys, who have been stuck in a cycle of promising regular seasons and disappointing playoff exits, but for the entire NFC, the balance of power in the league, and of course, for Russell Wilson himself, a man on a mission to prove that he's still elite, still capable of winning at the highest level, and still worthy of the spotlight. Let's unpack everything, starting with what this move means for Dallas. For years, Cowboys fans have been divided over Dak Prescott. Some saw him as a consistent and capable leader, others viewed him as someone who could get the team to the playoffs but not over the hump. While Dak has put up impressive stats, led comeback wins, and formed strong connections with his receiving core, postseason success has always eluded him. Time and time again, the Cowboys have stumbled in the divisional round, raising questions about whether they had the right man under center. Now, with Wilson stepping in, the message from Jerry Jones in the Cowboys front office is loud and clear: it's Super Bowl or bust. There's no more time for development, no more patience for waiting on potential. This is about winning now. And that aggressive mindset is reflected in the kind of quarterback Wilson is. Despite recent struggles, including a turbulent time in Denver where chemistry issues and a poor fit with the coaching staff dragged down his production, Wilson showed signs of resurgence last year with the Steelers. He wasn't back to MVP form, but he was sharper, quicker, and more in control. He cut down on turnovers, improved his efficiency, and demonstrated the kind of leadership that earned him praise from teammates. Now, in Dallas, he's stepping into an offense that's already stacked with one of the best offensive lines in football, a top-tier wide receiver in CeeDee Lamb, a versatile backfield, and a defense that can create turnovers and close out games. It's the most complete team Russell has played on since his prime Seahawks years. But let's also talk about what this means for the NFL at large. Russell Wilson joining the Cowboys isn't just a football story, it's a media event. Love or hate the Cowboys, you can't deny their power to drive the national conversation. Wilson, who has always been a brand-conscious, headline-generating star, now gets to pair his charisma and leadership with the biggest stage in American sports. Every game he plays will be prime time. Every win will fuel Super Bowl talk. Every mistake will be dissected endlessly. And Wilson knows that. He's always thrived under pressure and in the spotlight. Whether it was leading the Seahawks to back-to-back Super Bowl appearances or engineering jaw-dropping fourth-quarter comebacks, Wilson has a flair for the dramatic. This is his chance to write the final chapter of his career the way he wants to, as a champion in the NFL's most iconic jersey. For Cowboys fans, who have endured nearly 30 years without a Super Bowl, this is the kind of move that reignites hope. Not hype hope, the belief that this year could be different, that this quarterback could finally break the drought, that a new energy is here to push this team over the top. Of course, not everyone is cheering. There's been backlash too. Some analysts question the logic of replacing Prescott with Wilson. Others point out that Wilson's age, he's now 36, means the window for success is narrow. Then there's the financial piece. Taking on Wilson's contract means reworking parts of the Cowboys' salary cap structure. Will they be able to re-sign key players on defense? Will there be enough flexibility left to keep the offensive core intact? These are valid concerns, and they reflect just how high risk this move is. But high risk often brings high reward, and if Wilson performs, this could be a masterstroke. Then there's the impact on the locker room. Wilson is known for his positive attitude and work ethic, but also for his intense personal brand and sometimes polarizing presence. Will his leadership style mesh with the culture in Dallas? Will veteran leaders like Micah Parsons, Zach Martin, and CeeDee Lamb rally around him? All indications so far suggest yes. Reports from inside the building suggest players are excited. Some were even lobbying for a shake-up at QB. One unnamed veteran reportedly said, "We love Doc, but it felt like we were stuck in neutral." Russ brings fire, and that fire could be exactly what Dallas needs. Then we have the question of what happens to Dak Prescott now. Once the face of the franchise, Doc's future in Dallas is now completely uncertain. Does he become a backup? Is he traded, released, retired? Early reports suggest he may be moved before the start of the season, with several QB-needy teams like the Vikings, Titans, and possibly the Commanders keeping a close eye. Wherever he lands, Prescott's career is far from over. He's still a talented quarterback with years left in the tank. But for now, the Prescott era in Dallas is all but over. That chapter is closed. This is Russell Wilson's team now, and the expectations are sky high. So what can fans expect from this new-look Cowboys team? First off, offensive coordinator Kellen Moore is expected to build an attack that blends Wilson's skill set with Dallas's existing strengths. Look for more movement in the pocket, more deep shots, and more improvisation. One of Wilson's biggest strengths is extending plays and finding receivers downfield while on the move. With receivers like Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and tight ends who can stretch the field, Dallas could be deadly in the vertical game. On defense, Dan Quinn's unit remains elite, and the pressure will be off them to carry games the way they often had to under Prescott. This team has balance, it has swagger, and now it has a quarterback with a championship pedigree. The NFC, especially with the Eagles, 49ers, and Lions all loading up, is going to be a bloodbath this season. But with Russell Wilson under center, the Cowboys are not just in the conversation, they may be leading it. And let's not ignore the fan response. Cowboys Nation is buzzing. Social media is split between those who are emotional about Doc's departure and those who are ecstatic about Wilson's arrival. Jerseys are already flying off the shelves. Sports talk radio is wall-to-wall Cowboys coverage, and Wilson himself has leaned into it. He posted a video this morning walking into the Cowboys facility wearing the star, smiling, shaking hands with coaches and players, saying, "Let's ride, Dallas." It's a new era, a bold era, one that could end in heartbreak or immortality. But either way, it's going to be unforgettable. In the end, whether you believe this move will work or not, there's no denying the sheer magnitude of it. Russell Wilson to the Dallas Cowboys isn't just a personnel decision, it's a defining moment for both the player and the franchise. It's a test of Jerry Jones' win-now mentality, a gamble on greatness, and a pivot toward urgency. This is a team tired of waiting, tired of excuses, tired of watching others hoist the Lombardi. And this quarterback, this man who knows what it takes to reach the mountaintop, is now tasked with letting them there. So buckle up, Cowboys fans. The ride ahead is going to be wild. Because when Russell Wilson suits up in silver and blue, it's not just another season. It's a mission. And for the first time in a long time, Dallas has a quarterback who's already been to the promised land and who might just take them there again.